It's your boy AG Coin Man Boxing here with the one and only Hall of Famer coach, Hall of Famer fighter, Mr. Buddy McGirt. How we doing, champ?
Okay, how you doing, champ?
It's an honor as well to have you on my channel.
Thank you.
Here, big night. Just what's your emotions going through this event tomorrow
Hey,
night?
man, you know, boxing needs fights like these, man. You know, you need fights, but the best fight the best. You don't get that too much.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got the two best, Shakur and Teofimo, fighting. And it's a great card. You know, you got Mason on the card. You got Shushu on the card. I think it's, you know what I mean? These are the type of fights boxing needs right now.
Right, because you yourself been a part of those great fights, the Gotti War trilogy. you coached it. You as well defeated some amazing fighters.
Don't forget Tarver Roy Jones trilogy.
Roy Jones, the first man to do the unthinkable.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? You've been a part of many legendary fights. So, you know, what do you think, who do you think comes out victorious in this one? And what do you think they have to
honestly,
do?
I think Shakur does.
Really?
You know what I mean? Because, listen, I love Teo. And I think he's a hell of a fighter. And when he beat Lomachenko, I was one of the few to pick him to beat Lomachenko. Mm-hmm. But that was X amount of years ago. Mm-hmm. And he's still good, but Shakur's still rising. Mm-hmm. And I personally believe that Shakur can win a title at 140 and 147.
That's very likely. It's possible for sure.
Now, if he keeps his mind right, he can do it.
You gotta live that. What do you think are some of the best things to do as a fighter? You gotta to keep that championship
you know,
lifestyle.
Shakur, I know him since he was like 14, 15. Mm-hmm. He's always had a pro style. Mm-hmm. Just always, when he shadow boxed, you could just see that this kid is destined for greatness. You know, so is Teo. Don't get me wrong, but you know, Teo's at that point now where you gotta pass the torch.
I think it's that time you gotta pass that torch.
You gotta pass the torch. You know what I mean? And Teo's had a lot of great fights. He's beat a lot of good fighters, and I love him, and I wish him the best. And maybe he might have one rabbit out of the hat to pull out.
You never know. It's boxing.
But I still got to go with Shakur, though.
Right. You think it's just Shakur's time? It's his time to
Exactly. It's his time.
Right.
You know.
Now, champ, I got to ask you, what was kind of some of your secrets to your success? Because you had an amazing style. You could box on the inside, on the outside. You would stay low, slipping punch.
You know what? I used to hang around a lot of old fighters from the 40s and 50s. And I would pick their brains every day, every chance I got. I would sometimes sit and talk with old trainers and pick their brains, man.
Absolutely.
And learn, you know what I mean? And that's how I learned how to fight. Between doing that and reading boxing magazines, that's how I learned, man.
You visualize as you read it and everything?
Yeah, sometimes I read the same boxing magazine 12, 15 times, man.
And you pick something else up every time?
Every time.
Sports Illustrated and all that?
And when I was in school, man, I go to the library, and they knew what I was coming for. You know what I mean? And here's the story. In the neighborhood I grew up in Brentwood, I used to go to the library and rent a book called The Heavyweight Champions. And I used to read it, and then I take it back, and I go a week later, read it. So one day I ripped a couple of pictures out of the book, and I took the book back, and I went back to get it again a week later. They didn't say nothing. I said, fuck it. I ripped a couple of more pictures out. Went back the third time. The book wasn't there, so I was walking out. The librarian called me over. She goes, come here, young man. She goes, you looking for this book? I said, yeah. She goes, here, take it. I said, what do you mean? She goes, just take it and good luck. You don't have to bring it back. She gave me the book. She said, you don't have to bring it back. She goes, just good luck to you.
And that was like a big moment for you because you got that book you wanted?
I was 14, 13, 14 years old. But she said, just take the book and I wish you the best. So, you know, it's stuff like that, man, that, you know, that just gives you that extra energy and that extra drive to be successful.
Absolutely. Now, Coach, I could tell you're a student of the old school. You mentioned the 40s, the 50s. Who are some of the guys that you like to study and learn from when you was coming up as a fighter?
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. All we had was VCR. We didn't have YouTube and all that shit you have today. So I just used to read about how they train, stuff they used to do during training, and I used to try it. You know what I mean? I was a kid, so, you know, you try it. If you see that they said this guy ate bananas every day to become champion, I fucking go eat bananas every day. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because I'm like, yo, if he did it, I can do it and become champion. But I just used to take a piece from this guy, a piece from that guy. Then when I turned pro, my manager was friends with all these former champions. You know what I mean? Like Willie Pep, Jake LaMotta, Jersey Joe Walcott. You know, all these guys I had the pleasure of spending time with. You know what I mean? And Jersey Joe Walcott used to come watch me spar 3 times a week.
I love Jersey Joe Walcott.
He lived in Camden. He used to make his son driving from Camden to Jersey City to watch me spar. And then we'd have lunch afterwards. And I would just pick his brain, man. And sometimes I would stop by Gleason's gym and talk with Ray Arcel, Eddie Futch, and the great Georgie Benton. I was friends with him. So I just learned, man. I used to sit around these old guys. And a lot of guys that I've learned from also were guys that weren't champions.
But they were experienced. They
were experienced. You know, I boxed a guy once from the Bronx. I can't think of his name at the moment, but he was a veteran. And one day I got off on him. You know, I was like, shit, I'm going to beat his ass. His name was Justice Ortiz.
Okay.
From the Bronx. And I spotted him the next day. I'm like, I'm going to get off on him today. He beat the shit out of me. Not only did he beat the shit out of me, he laced me, he thumped me, he whooped my ass. And he was walking to the train station, and he looked at me, he goes, I didn't want to do that to you, young man, but I had to put you in your place. He goes, respect your elders, because I'm here to help you. He said, my career is basically over, but I want to help you.
Wow.
So don't try to hurt me, learn from me. And I was like, whoa. On the train ride home, I was like, yo, Justice Ortiz was his name. And he kicked my ass, man.
But that's how you learn. You learn what mistakes you made, what you could have done better.
I went home, my mother said, what the fuck happened? I said, Mom, this guy Justice whooped my ass today.
Did you ever meet Sandy Sadler, going back to the
I met Sandy Sadler. I didn't really talk to him, so I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't really talk to him much. But Sandy was pretty quiet and standoffish. So sometimes when you see guys, when you're young, I turned pro at 18, so when you see these guys and they standoffish, you become kind of standoffish. Because you don't know how to approach them, you know what I'm saying? Like, one guy that I met that was great was Emil Griffith. Became very good friends with Emil. You know what I mean? And, I used to bust Emil's chops, he used to bust my chops. But just by talking to him, and listen to him train Juan Laporte. I used to spar Juan Laporte.
Juan Laporte, yes sir, out of Brooklyn.
But I learned so much from those guys, man.
Absolutely.
I was always a student of the game, and I think that's what helped me become a trainer as well as a fighter, because I used to always read and study and speak to the old guys. Like one time, I was talking with Eddie Futch. I spent like 2 hours talking to Eddie Futch. When I got done talking to him, I was in Las Vegas. The other trainers in the gym said, yo, why you wasting your time talking to the old man?
What?
I said, let me tell you something. When he forgot you haven't learned, you never will learn. And Eddie was a genius, man. Eddie Futch was a genius.
Absolutely.
Man. There's no trainers like Eddie Futch, Georgie Benton today.
Nah, those guys were different from that old school.
Exactly.
You got the Jack Blackburn going back even more and all those.
So, so I learned, man, and I learned today, still to this day as a trainer. When I'm in my hotel room or wherever, man, I go on YouTube and pick up an old fighter that wasn't a world champion. And boom, I hit it and I watch their defense, I watch their offense. I watch little things. And then I said, okay, this fighter can do that, but this fighter can't. So let me find a fighter that can do what this fighter does. And then I watch and I learn, and boom, I take, it's crazy. To me,
you on
personally,
point.
It's a lot to it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can coach. Anybody can train. Not too many people can teach.
Absolutely.
That's the difference today.
But you humble to learning, because you, like you just said, and I noticed, and I have a mindset that you can learn from anybody. It doesn't have to be a world champion. Somebody could come off the street and tell you something you might learn.
There's a fighter named Henry Hank.
Henry Hank?
Watch his highlights, how good his defense was. He sit right in front of you. Wouldn't go no fucking way. He fucking roll with the shot.
Roll, slip,
under the
roll.
shot. Shoulder roll. Unbelievable. He never became a world champion, but he was fucking unbelievable, man.
Who's your favorite fighter of all time?
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Ooh, all right. You got good quality taste, clearly.
I go Sugar Robinson. Then you got Sugar Leonard, Roberto Duran.
Well, that's my favorite, Duran.
Man was a master. Hey, on the inside, fighting, you never could match. The shit Roberto Duran did on the inside.
But he could box too. He just didn't want to box. He wanted to beat
But
you
Duran
up.
had a great defense, man. He had a great defense. Then the shit he get inside that he do, man. Like I said, and watch him. You know, he'll get inside, boom, he'll hold your hand, bam. He take his left hand, hold your left hand. You can't hit, bing. You put your left hand in here, he'll roll it out, whop, hit you with an uppercut. That shit, it's not taught today because people don't know how to teach it.
They don't even know what they're looking at, really. The majority of people.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing if you don't know the truth.
Coach,
If you get a guy that can fight, all you gotta do is get him in shape. Get a guy that can fight. No, I'm not gonna say that can't fight. Get a guy that has raw talent, but you gotta teach him. Next, how many trainers has done that today?
yeah, there's not many. Honestly, there's not many on your caliber, Coach. I'll be honest with you.
Thank you.
And you could tell the work speaks for itself. Hall of Fame as a coach and fighter.
Thank you.
And Coach, I want to thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
It's been